In the kettlebell shoulder series, we're gonna ask the rotator cuff to stabilize and move through an entire range of motion. We're also gonna ask our neck and our upper back and our shoulder to disassociate from one another. We want our neck to move independently of our shoulder, which means our scapula and our glenohumeral joint. Some people will have a very challenging time for this. There are some kettlebells that I recommend. I'll put the links in the comments below. So, if you know how to do a Turkish get-up, that's how it typically starts. So I have my kettlebell. We roll to our backs, we press up with 2 hands, and you get set up in your Turkish get-up. You want your wrist to be neutral, not sag back. The first step I usually have people rotate 10 to 12 times is look up at the kettlebell. Then you're simply gonna turn your head all the way towards your hand and up. You don't think it's that hard, but the heavier you go, the more you'll realize it. Then we are going to internally and externally rotate the hand on the kettlebell. So I'm going to internally rotate as far as I go and externally rotate. Notice when this kettlebell is hanging here, it has an opposing force that's much different than a dumbbell. You can use dumbbells, but kettlebells work better. And we rotate in and out as far as you go 10 times. Then you're going to push off with your foot up onto your opposite shoulder. Note, I'm not slouched, I'm pressed tall, so we want to save that shoulder too. Then we're going to do repeat, looking up towards the bell and down towards the ground, 10 to 12 times. Once we do that, we are going to look up and we are going to internally and externally rotate. And you'll notice, you'll start to have stuff shake in your shoulder, and that's totally fine. I would recommend starting lighter than heavier. Then we're gonna push all the way up to our hand. Same thing, we're gonna do the 10, 12, look up or down, and then the rotating in and out. So you notice I'm creating much more motion through different ranges and planes than I would if I did a simple band exercise. The last component of this, same principles, a little different positioning. So once I get pressed up, I'm gonna raise my opposite hand above. I'm actually gonna rotate my hip all the way around. So now I'm in this open position. I really recommend this for overhead athletes and weightlifters because they put their arm in this awkward position. Note, this is the most unstable, so it will be the hardest. So you're gonna be almost laying hips flat. You're gonna look up and down 10 to 12 times, keeping that wrist neutral. Then the hardest part is you're gonna rotate in and out. And you see how mine is dancing a little bit? Apparently I need to work on this. 10 to 12 times. And that is your kettlebell shoulder series.